Hello everyone, today we learn how to attempt IELTS writing task 1. The given chart is a table and it shows the percentages of mobile phone owners using various mobile phone features. So in order to write the task 1, firstly we'll have to write the introduction. Now we have to make sure that we do not leave any spaces here or here and we write along with the margins. So we'll start our writing task from here. Now firstly we can see that the table shows the years that are mentioned are 2006, 2008 and 2010. Obviously these years are in the past, so we'll be writing the entire task in simple past tense. Now we have various columns and rows and we'll attempt the task column and row wise. Firstly, write the introduction as is given in the question, but we'll change the paraphrasing a little bit. So, it is given that the percentages of mobile phone owners using various mobile features. We'll write the given table shows or we may use here depicts, represents, any such word we can use. And now the given table shows the percentages of people who use various features of mobile phones in years 2006, 2008 and 2010. Now we must note that we write along with the margins provided and there is no issue of leaving any space here. Since we cannot split the words, so the space will be left if we write the word on the next line. Now, this is our introduction and now we'll change the paragraph. In order to change the paragraph, we'll have to leave one line and then start the next paragraph from here. In the next paragraph, we'll write according to the data. Now, we'll see what the data is given. For example, these two datas are similar. In 2006, the percentage was 100%, as well as in 2008, the percentage was the same as 100%. But in 2010, it decreased a little bit to 99%. Now we'll write it in this way. We won't describe each and every data and we won't describe what is written here one by one, but we'll make it shorter and as is given in the question, we'll only use the main points. So, according to the data, in the years 2006, 2008, 2006 and 2008, the percentage of people who used mobile phones to make calls was the same, that is 100%. Now you can see we have clubbed these two data together so as to save time and space, as we have a lot of digits here. Now in 2010, the same percentage decreased by 1%. That is all for the first row. Now, for the second one, we'll change the sentence structure a bit. We'll write 66% people used phones to take photos. this percentage went on to rise and reached 76% in the year 2010. Now you may notice that we have ignored this data and only used the first data and the last data. We are at a liberty to do so because we have to only use the main points. So, in the next leave a line and then we start the next paragraph. We may write stating further, or we may write here moving further in order to begin the next paragraph. Or we may just skip it altogether and start it from the next line onwards. Stating further. Now, the data is given 17% and the next data is given 42%, but the last one is given 41%. So we may write stating further, for playing games, %, mobile owners used mobile phones. This data increased a bit in 2008 to 42%, but decreased by 1% in the next given year. Now, we may notice here that for searching the internet, there is no data provided in 2006. Any person knows that in 2006, no mobile phones were made that were used for surfing the internet. But we do not have to use our common sense here. We do not add any new data from our side, or we do not give any reasons why the data is not provided. We only write what is given here. So we may either skip the data for 2006 and do not mention it at all, or we may write that in 2006 for searching the internet there is no data provided. Similarly, for recording video also, we may say that in 2006 there is no data provided for recording of videos. So I am choosing to skip the data here a bit and I'll start from 2008. In the year 2008, only 41% people used mobile phones to search the internet, which saw a surge up to 73% in the year 2010. Now, for the next two rows, since we have already written so much, we can club them together. We can say for playing music, the data shows that less percentage of people used mobile phones as in 2010 it was only 26%. Now for the next one also we are choosing to skip the data of 2006, which is no data. Now for recording videos, only 9% people used mobile phones, but it increased to 35% in 2010. Now we have mentioned all the data and skipped some of the data, and we have covered the entire table. Now we'll write the overall. Now many students do not understand the actual importance of the overall paragraph. They either completely ignore it or mention data in it. The very first thing that we have to keep in mind while writing the overall paragraph is that we do not mention any data. We have to only generalize the entire data or mention some eye-catching points or key features of the data which is given. So overall is a generalized version of what you have earlier written in the paragraphs. So here we'll write that whatever we see is the main or key feature here. We can see that in 2006 and 2008 people made calls, 100% of the people made calls. So I think this is the main key features of this table. I choose to write it now. Overall, in all the years, the most used feature of a mobile phone was to make calls. Now, we must keep in mind that we can use another word for mobile phones. For example, we can use cell phone, but also remember that you cannot use smartphone, because a smartphone and a mobile phone are two completely different things. These days there may be no difference in these two, but as we can see in 2006-2008 there were no smartphones then. So we cannot generalize it by saying that all these are the features of a smartphone only. So we suggest that you only stick to what is given and not use your own previous knowledge or common sense while writing task 1. Only follow the data that is given in the chart. Now, this 150 words. Some students may choose to write more than 150 words, but we advise that you write only 150 to 180 words so that you do not overwrite it and then lose time for the task 2. You must keep in mind that task 1 is only for 3 bands, so it is worth a lot less than task 2. And you must complete the task 1 in under 20 minutes. Thank you.